Hey, what gives? Someone spilled some Skyrim in my Final Fantasy game. Yes, it's another Final Fantasy XIV villain, and this one is from the game's first expansion, Heavensward. Long ago, the humans of Ishgard lived in peace with the dragons, and only Nidhogg was suspicious that something could go wrong. And eventually, something did go wrong when the villainous Ashians revealed to King Thordan that dragons' eyes could be used as sources of power, and Thordan went on to kill Nidhogg's sister, Ratatoskr, I think I'm pronouncing that right. In retaliation, Nidhogg attacked Ishgard, but he was defeated and his eyes were taken as well. After guilting his brother Hraesvelgr into lending him one of his own eyes, Nidhogg spent centuries relentlessly attempting to destroy Ishgard, not helped by the clergy presenting a fabricated version of events where Nidhogg attacked unprovoked. The result is an endless cycle of vengeance with both sides believing the other struck first. Here's the thing about dragons in Final Fantasy XIV. Because they live for thousands of years, they don't perceive time the same way we do. As a result, the wounds are still fresh in Nidhogg's mind even centuries later, and he refuses to see a distinction between the knights who killed his sister and their descendants who are none the wiser. If you ask me, the scariest villains are those that cannot be reasoned with. The characters try, mind you, but any and all attempts at diplomacy fall on deaf ears. Nidhogg succeeds primarily for two reasons. First, the sheer amount of build-up he gets. For the first half of Heavensward, and even before that, we never see him, but we keep hearing about his immense power, the threat he poses, his influence over the Dravanian horde, and the power exhibited by the One Eye in the possession of the heroes. And when we finally do meet him in person, he doesn't disappoint. He's huge. Not quite Smaug levels of huge, but still pretty huge. And while there is nothing about his design that makes him distinct from the other dragons, like, say, Hraesvelgr, he definitely stands out compared to the other villains of 14 at least. But more interestingly, he's a scarily effective parallel to one of Heavensward's primary characters, Estinian. Estinian, also known as the Azure Dragoon, lost his family to one of Nidhogg's attacks and was driven to a desire for vengeance, and this drive for revenge nearly compromises the hero's attempt to restore peace multiple times. And eventually, Estinian does succeed in killing Nidhogg. Dude, are you gonna take a shower at some point? No? You're just gonna keep going around with that armor? Okay. But once this happens, Nidhogg lives on through the eyes and takes over Estinian's body. Now, I'm usually kind of iffy when a villain is possessed or mind-controlled or something, but in this case it really works because of how similar the two are. Both of them have been consumed by a desire for revenge to a degree, so it does kind of make sense story-wise that it would happen, and it actually does add to the drama. His design while possessing Estinian is also really cool and creepy, but it is sadly pretty underused compared to his normal dragon form. Top it all off with his beautiful and epic theme music, and you've got yourself one of the more effective big bads in Final Fantasy XIV's run.